GG2020 seems very Street Fighter 5-ish. Hmm. I wouldn't say it's Street Fighter 5, but it's kind of crazy. 2020 looks really beautiful, dude. I wouldn't say it's Street Fighter 5. I think people are over exaggerating that, but there is a lot of like knockback away, right? It's a lot of knockback. There's a lot of like knockaway. It's a knockaway to it. The thing is, it's like Street Fighter 5 is not really knockaway. The game is more about like Oki. Believe it or not, even though like Street Fighter 5 is very simple, Oki is like what makes Street Fighter 5 players so strong. Is because the Oki setups. So I can't compare that game to 5. 5 have a different like atmosphere, you know? Why are they pushing for slower based GG? It's because the game is so fast that people can't process what's happening. Like imagine like you just see Milia just throwing like disc at you, right? And like you're trying to figure out what's happening on the screen. It's kind of crazy, right? What is your opinion on the most interesting thing they added to 2020, like the new mechanic wise? I think right now is how RC functions as a whole. There's a lot of RCs that they didn't talk about in the game, and I think they want to hold the secrets for Arc Finals. But I would say that RC is the most interesting mechanic right now, as of now. I can't say anything more about that, but I would say that there are very interesting, cool secrets about RC, and I think that might be like the most crazy change in my opinion because it works very differently than your average RC. It's kind of crazy. So like, look, man, like I know I so when I played it for like a couple of minutes, I was kind of like, damn, like this is interesting, right? Like this is an interesting thought. Like, you know, if you look at Kai has like split seal, right? Kai doesn't have split seal on that build. I'm pretty sure they probably added later on, but just seeing Kai like that, it was just like, dang, like they put like a cool idea and then they like took it away, but they don't want it to make a combo base, right? So I guess it kind of makes sense why they took that away. Uh, I wouldn't say it's a V trigger, no. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't go far as that. But that's one of the things that I was very surprised about. Like, you know, like there wasn't really like pressure. The pressure was very limited, and I think that was pretty weird for the idea that they have, which not many people really talked about. So that's what I'm thinking. It's like when you hit people and stuff like that, like in the air, usually they kind of like tech in the air, but the fact that they took air teching away, yeah, I was very surprised about that. You know, I don't think that should. I think air teching should be in the game. I think it creates like a cool layer. Uh, so the fact that they took that away right now, as of now, we don't know if it's going to be added back. They did say that everything could be changed, right? So we're not sure if they can add that back. So the fact air teching is not in the game, yeah, that's really weird for me too. I'm not a big fan of it because everything is just knock away, right? It's kind of crazy, which is kind of crazy. Let me see if I can spectate some matches. So I don't know. I don't. I think that should change a little bit. I will hope that will change a bit. Uh, some questions that I missed. Yeah, but I mean, we'll adapt to that. Oki though, we got used to it, even though most players aren't great. It's what made GG fun. I mean, Oki is what made GG fun. I'm pretty sure anybody who get a knockdown, they're having fun, right? So it makes sense why you feel like the game not being Oki based is not fun anymore. But I think there should be. I think so. From what I experience playing in the game, like I feel like the way like the wall stick worked, the fact that you could kind of make a decision that you don't have to break it or not, I honestly think you could get Oki in the corner, but it's kind of like weird how you get it, right? It's kind of weird because like you kind of have to sacrifice a little bit of damage and stuff like that, but the way like you wall splat in the corner, like it seems like you could get a setup from that, right? It seems like mid-screen Oki is kind of gone, but it seems like everything in the corner is kind of like attached a bit, right? It's kind of weird. Kind of weird the choice that they went. I think game not being Oki basis, it's fine. I think it's not bad. I think it's something that is as expected. I mean, you know, like a lot of the games are starting to like really leave. Well, a lot of games went to Oki, and now a lot of games are starting to pull back from Oki, which is pretty interesting. So I don't think it's really a bad thing. I think it's just a change that people just need to accept. What I think about Dust, I don't really like Dust, how Dust works. I think it doesn't help certain characters. Like Potemkin feels like the mechanics don't really help him out at all. So I think like that needs to be tweaked up a little bit. But I mean, when the feedback kicks in, the feedback kicks in, right? But I really appreciate them explaining why they use Dust like that. But it just seems like mid screen is so like I feel like in the mid screen the objective is just to knock the opponent in the corner instead of like outplaying your opponent in the mid screen. Like it's just like knock them into the corner. Like that's the whole gameplay because everything just knocks you away, you know? So I feel like they tunnel vision so hard on that one thing that they want to do. So I hope they change that up a bit. The game is beautiful, bro. Don't get me started, man. And you also gotta understand like not only that the game looks beautiful, but like oh man, you guys Axel, bro. Axel intro is ridiculous, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Axel's ridiculous. Axel's intro is so ridiculous, bro. So ridiculous, bro. Like, man, they did a great job with him. But let me tell you that they did a great job on Axel. Knock him in the corner sounds like Street Fighter 5. No, but no. What I'm saying is, it's like all your tools just do knock away. So like Street Fighter, like some characters get Oki mid screen. Like some characters could just kill you mid screen. You know, like all it takes is like one right mix up and like you're dead. You know. Yeah, the open cinematics is ridiculous. Tricky. The way they explained him was pretty interesting. I would say he's not tricky. I would say like he's more unique. I think they should word that a little differently. But I mean, it's an alpha build, bro, pre-alpha. So it's like it's whatever. I see the idea that they have is good. The way they execute it, you know, it's fine, right? Like there's no combos like mid screen. It feels like it's normal push block. Oh, you got him in the corner. Well, you get like a cool combo. Oh, you got 50 meter. Like the game is really meter based. It feels like meter is like the key of the game, right? So that's the big change. It's still good to play and prepare for the new G. I would say play the game just to see like how you like, if you like the aesthetics, right? Because I think the aesthetics are just going to get better. In terms of like combos and stuff like that, you may not be able to practice Rev 2 for it. But I mean, learning the fundamentals in any fighting game is always good. So feels like any cool combos is gated behind the new RC mechanic. Yes, Crims. That is the sole thing that I felt too. I felt like the game revolved around RC and risk gauge. So, and they talked about the risk gauge, but I felt like it was more of like RC. I feel like you get everything going off RC. Even with RC, you're not getting cool combos. I mean, how can you say that when only like a little bit of like footage? Have you been playing the game? It sounds like you've been developing the game from that statement, right? So, but yeah, like I was saying, I think jump canceling is yeah. So I was just about to say jump canceling, Raptor. Yeah, there's not a lot of jump canceling in the game, which is why I was thinking like, man, I feel like they were like going like in so many directions, but like they tunnel vision one direction so hard that they forgot about the other directions. Like they were like, we want to go left, right, up, and down, but they tunnel vision left so hard, like so hard. You know, it's kind of crazy. And I feel like they just didn't really, they really didn't focus much about right, up, and down. And I think, I think that it's good and a bad, but I think it's more bad than good. But I think the idea that they have is good. I think the way they executed wasn't great. You know. Because a lot of people in chat were giving you flack when you said GG not being combo based is a good thing. What is your thought on that? First of all, I don't care what anybody thinks about how I feel, right? Because everybody's gonna have their opinion. But my thing is like these guys has been telling, like Daisuke even said it like months ago that we are not going to make this game combo based. So I don't understand how everybody is so surprised. They told us this months ago, like, yo, this game is not going to be combo based. You know, we're going to focus more of the neutral and stuff like that. So I don't understand what people was expecting. You know, I guess people was expecting like, you know, like maybe they were lying, maybe it was a mistranslation. So like jump canceling works differently, right? It's like jump canceling is still there. But jump canceling is not like what you expect. So like if you do like a close slash, you can jump cancel it. Some characters with a 5K, like Kai 5K and close slash can be jump canceled. But like I can't jump cancel with 2H anymore. Or I can't jump cancel with 5P anymore. But I feel like what they did is it feels like they're like strict on the rules. It's like certain buttons gives you jump cancelable opportunities, but that's it. So it's weird that they gave them those moves jump cancelable, but it feels like there's not a lot of air combos, you know. So I don't know what's the the strategy behind that, but I wouldn't say rip GG series in 2020. I think the game still has a lot of promise actually. So. People were saying like the game is dead and stuff like that. Like you guys, you might as well march over here because I still think the game has amazing potential. I think we just need to guide it to the right direction, right? I think there's a lot of reworks that will help the game go into the good direction. And when I mean like rework, I mean like the way FD works. I feel like FD kind of like lost its purpose. So like we need to like. What I mean by that is like we need to rework like how FD is important of the game, like how this mechanic is important, you know? Like I feel like a lot of it is just losing this importance, you know? Yeah, the Gatling changes is kind of, it's kind of not really. It's not really like. I feel like Gatling should never be. I don't think you should never like. You should never limit Gatlings in like Guilty Gear, right? That's my perspective. But they did. But I think they should at least have like certain like routes. You know what I mean? Like routes to like follow, to make the game more still like freedom. You know? I still feel like I feel like the jabs are a little too limited. The jabs were a little too limited. You know? I felt like when I was playing, there was no point in me really using jabs. So the philosophy is the philosophy is we want to make the game simple to watch and more ground based. I would say that is the philosophy. Thank you for the follow. That's the philosophy, right? How do I feel about FD pushback? Yo, so how I feel about FD is I feel like FD needs to really rework as a whole. I think FD is like irrelevant. I don't think it's really good. I think FD is just like I don't know. Like the fact that it pushes you mad far, it really is. It almost felt like I was playing Marvel, and like you know how like Marvel has push block. That's how I feel when I like press FD. Like it just knocks you full screen. I think FD is kind of too strong in terms of like pushback. That's it. I feel like the purpose of it is gone completely. Like the fact that there's no air and blockable moves is kind of put me like, huh? Like that's interesting that you guys, you know, took that away. You know, I was very surprised about that. Uh, it was crazy, man. How much pushback? I mean, it's the pushback is there, but like the difference is like, oh my god, bro, like it's crazy. So like, oh, yeah, I know. I didn't think FD was stronger. I thought FD was weaker. Like the purpose of FD is weaker, but I think the pushback of FD is strong. If you understand what that means. I only think there's only one idea of it that's good, but the rest of it is like useless because I can just jump in the air and not worry about burning my meter. If the game, you know, like I said, like I don't need an FD, so like I'm always gonna have meter. But yeah, my guard crank gets pushed, goes full, goes high, really fast, right? But at that point, like if you didn't get the hit, then it didn't matter, you know. You can't really make GG ground based in my opinion when characters like Eno, Melee, and Chip exist, literally break the rules. Well, that's why the game is not going to be like the old games. So you actually can make a GG ground based because Melia has ground footsies in this game right now. So it's just a different idea. Maybe, like I said, maybe they'll make a character have aerial combos. You know, like the game is not fully out yet. So like saying that you can't make a game ground based is like that is like that's not right at all because you can literally change a whole character's design really easily, you know. But yeah, so do I think OGG players will be able to convert? No, I don't think they're going to convert because they already just don't like the game. Like they already accepted that this game is bad, so I don't think they're going to play the game at all. Would be debuffs and buffs. The idea seems to have future. Which is weird. So that's a good question, really good question, and I'm so confused on that because they said they want the game to be more spectator friendly, but I think adding that makes it even more complicated. If you ask me, I'm like that's just adding more stuff to like think about, you know. So I don't know about that change. I hope that's just like an idea that they think, but I don't know if that's going to help at all. I don't know about that at all. I think that is kind of weird that they add that. That's a good question. I really like that question a lot. I wanted to hear 90% of the questions you have because I'm highly curious about that build. So the build is the core idea is good, but I think there's a lot of changes that needs to be reworked. Like I like the game has now became more neutral based. I think it's fine. I think personally, I think when you do an RC combo, I think you should have more freedom than what you have now. I don't think you should be limited after you get an RC combo. I think you should at least get like a cool combo that is kind of long. Like, and I would say, I'm saying kind of long. I mean, it's like you get like a launcher, you get like an air combo, or you get like a cool juggle that goes full screen. Like, I think you should get like a couple of like extensions after an RC. I think you should get the freedom, personally, right? You know, but that's how I feel. I really feel like they limited like our like just anything like that. I think they should allow more freedom. That's it. Is Airthrosphere reliable? Yes. Airthrosphere reliable, yes. But the problem is, it's like if you whiff, you may get hit. But since the game has air knockback so far, I feel like the punishment for whiffing a throw is not bad. I feel like it's not bad at all. So air throws kind of seems like it feels more scramble based, right? Because you're trying to like jump, throw, like you're just like mashing throw, right? But it's weird. It's really weird. Freedom is always good. Yes, but I think you should get freedom after RC combos. Like, pressure is gone. Like, pressure in the game is not really like there. Also, thank you for the follow, guys. Pressure is not really there. The pressure feels kind of gone. So like, FD being that strong, it's like wow. It's like you just reset neutral every time. It's like it's literally a reset neutral. You hold 2 buttons to reset neutral because that's how like severe the pushback is.